Hey guys, Lucy's mom here. It is October and that means it is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. This month means more to me than it has obviously in the years past. I have had 3 pregnancies in the last year and a half, 2 ending in miscarriage and 1 ending in the passing of our daughter Lucy May, who passed on January 10th of this past year. That birth and passing completely changed my life and how I feel about pregnancy and infant loss awareness. And I've watched several YouTube videos with people sharing their stories. And one of the things that I found the most interesting, and I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time, was kind of how do you remember your baby that never really lived, right? How do you remember something that you held, but you don't have the memories and you don't have personal items and you don't have photos and all these things like you would with an older child or even a parent or a spouse or any other loved one that has passed. And if you'd asked me in the hospital if I would have any of these things back here, I can tell you absolutely not. I had actually planned on just putting some stuff in a box and putting it up in the closet, no big deal. Luckily, I had an amazing team of doctors and nurses who kind of guided me on what I should do, you know, whether I should hold her, whether I should not hold her. I held our Lucy for about 12 hours before I was discharged from the hospital and sent home. She was about 1 pound and 2 ounces. And I just didn't really have a lot of memories, and I wasn't sure what to do. So I kind of kept her stuff in what would have been her nursery. And then my husband and I decided that we were going to swap rooms. Not our personal room, of course, and we have our master bedroom, but he has a music room, a music studio, and it was a little bit larger. And I had my old home office, which was supposed to be the nursery, and I really wanted the larger room. And so I don't know how he decided, or finally I got him to agree to switch rooms, but we switched rooms and I was able to kind of create this space in this wall for Lucy. And I also use this room for videoing some real estate videos, as well as I have like an exercise mat and some other stuff in here. So this is kind of like my I don't want to call it safe space, because everything's my safe space in the house, but I just feel like this is like my space to be able to just come in and like do whatever I need to do and kind of block out the world, whether it's working out or working on real estate or just coming in to look at Lucy's stuff. I can do that, and it's a very peaceful, calm feeling in here. So that being said, I've been wanting to do the video for quite a while on what I do and what I have of Lucy's stuff. And this is kind of I thought, you know what, it's October. It's a really great time to do that, since we're talking about infant and pregnancy loss awareness. So we'll kind of just dive right into her stuff. Now, I'm just FYI, this video is probably going to be a little bit shaky. I'm trying to do it in one clip. I hate editing. It's not my thing. Not a big vlogger or anything like that. So just bear with me. My dogs will probably bark. I have the window open to try to cut out some of the echoing and sound. So you may hear the pool or, you know, other dogs barking, but I think we're gonna make it work. So, okay, I'll grab the camera and I wanna go ahead and kind of show you some of the stuff that we have for Lucy. So the first thing I will go ahead and show you is this dresser. I haven't been able to get rid of it yet. I'm not going to get rid of it, actually. I'm hoping that our next pregnancy, you know, if we have a girl, we can use it again. It's got some embellishment, some like really pretty embellishment on it. And then this beading, and what I liked about this beading is it matched the crib. Oops, come on, focus. Let's see, let me flip it back up. So it matched the crib, and it's trying to figure out, there it goes, okay. So that piece of furniture I absolutely love, and one of my favorite parts about it is these drawers right here. The top ones, it looks decorative, but they slide out, so it just gives you an extra little bit of space. The first thing that I will show you, let me set this down a little bit and kind of pull it in. So the first thing that I'll show you, this is Lucy's urn. So she was so tiny. She weighed 1 pound, 2 ounces. She was 11.5 inches long. And so we were able to take her ashes and put them in one of the smaller urns. Let me see if I can get it to focus on here. But it has her name and her footprints. This is just not gonna, how do y'all YouTubers do this? I don't know. It's not focusing. Oh, there it goes, it's trying. Okay, well, I'll back up. But it does have her, the date and then her name engraved at the top. And we keep that in here and a nice little box. This box right here, my mom made from material that she was gonna use to make some like clothes hamper type deals and some sheets and some beddings, and we just picked a few little things. When we called her Ladybug when she was in womb, we didn't really know what to call her, so we just called her Ladybug. We had a baby before that we called Monkey, so just she was our Ladybug. My husband wanted to call her Captain, which I thought was super weird, but he liked Captain, but we ended up with Ladybug. And then in the box we have, this is her memorial. So it has a nice little write-up in our local paper. They donated this memorial to us. And my favorite part is at the bottom. It says, "How very softly you tiptoed into this world, almost silently. Only a moment you stayed, but what an imprint you have left on our hearts." And the reason that I don't know, that became important to me is because when I was pregnant, I really didn't like, I didn't enjoy being pregnant. I hate to say that, but I was very hormonal. I was very, I cried a lot. I was kind of like hormonal and all over the place. And I didn't appreciate this pregnancy as much as I really should have looking back. And so when she came and I held her, my life completely changed 110%. I'm actually 180. I mean, it just totally changed my life. And so it just, this means so much to me because her coming in so quietly, it's like she just snuck in on us, and then boom, our lives have changed and she's made this huge imprint now. Because I would have never thought that I would be sitting here with a box of memories and stuff and cards. So also in this box, I kind of looked it up so you can see, but in the box I have all these cards from just different people that have sent their well wishes. And then also this is our little ultrasound book that I kind of put together. The last pictures were from her anatomy scan, which came back fantastic. And in here, this part right here is her, I don't want to kind of set our address on it. So, oh no, this one doesn't have our address. So this is some information, like the information from the hospital. And then it also has our address on this one. It does have her footprints and some information. So in that paper, in that article, those were actually her footprints as well. So I've got that. Over here, these flowers, I don't know if you can see them. We dried out these flowers, but I just really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them. And then I have all of like the little cards, and someone had given me my dog's barking because this dropped and he thinks he's a guard dog. He'll stop in a minute. Okay, so this little pocket angel right here, a friend of mine gave it to me. Actually, one of my colleagues gave this to me, and I just thought it was really sweet, so I kind of leave it in here. I don't put it in my pocket because I'm scared I'm gonna lose it. So this picture, so this painting is so beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. Let me flip this. This painting was given to me. So one of my gymnastics kiddos, her mom's best friend paints, and she had a loss, and so now she does these paintings, and it's the baby with angel wings and a little envelope up in the clouds. And so it's so symbolic and beautiful to me because it looks like she's, sorry, I knew this video would get a little emotional, so it just looks like the baby's sleeping. Up here, I hadn't decided, I wasn't going to unbox these. In fact, when I moved the stuff into this room, I just decided to go ahead and hang these up. I had not put them up before, but I had planned on making Lucy's room baby animal themed. And I saw these, I think, at one of those at-home stores, and I just really wanted one. And then I found this giraffe. I was shopping after Christmas with my friend Val and went to the mall, which I never go to the mall, and loved it because this toy store was going out of business. And it, you know, these giraffes are expensive, and I think I got it for like 70% off or something. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to get this giraffe in here. Move this back. So this is our last bump update. I didn't get to do my 23-week update because I was in the hospital at the time. But one of the things that I noticed when I looked at this the other day, it says Mama's craving grape nuts. And I can tell you, I had probably like, I don't know, 4 boxes of grape nuts the weekend before I went into labor. I mean, I went into full-blown crazy grape nut mode. I was craving them so much. And come to find out, grape nuts, you know, obviously are full of wheat. And I found out after the fact that I'm super allergic to wheat. Wheat and I do not get along. And that being said, that was not good because, you know, they think I had an allergic reaction. I had some allergic reaction symptoms, and so they think that that probably was kind of part of the issue after the fact. So this is another cool thing right here. This is a little bag. I actually ordered this from Etsy afterwards, a couple months later. I was having a hard time remembering what she felt like when I was holding her. And you can order these little bags with their names on them, embroidered on them, and they weigh whatever weight you want. So Lucy weighed 1 pound and 2 ounces, and so that's how much this bag weighs, which I love because whenever I think about, like, I can't remember what it felt like, or I can't remember holding her, or I can't remember these things that I'm trying to still remember, and that I want to remember for years, I have this, and I don't pick it up often and like cry with it or hold it at night, but I think it would be okay to do that. So if you're suffering a loss, and I just think this is a really, really cool thing. It wasn't really expensive, and it's just something, I know I'm probably weird, but I spray it like with this baby powder spray just to kind of smell sometimes. I have this candle that one of my best friends gave me. I don't think the camera's gonna zoom in on it, of course, but this candle, let's see if it'll do it. And it's not, go figure, right? But this candle basically says, a light remains where a beautiful soul has passed, and it says Lucy May George, and it has her date, and it, they plant a tree for every one of these candles that are sold, so it's called the Bountiful Giving Tree Candle Company, and I love that. I keep an Astros binky out. So we are in the Houston area, the suburbs. I was an Astros buddy as a kid. I was actually named after an Astros player in the 80s. And I don't know, I just keep this out because go Stros, right? And I actually have some Astros stuff in this dresser of her stuff too. Now this box is kind of a big deal for me. This box, when Lucy was arriving, I had an amazing nurse, and I talk about her on all of our videos, or all my videos, and I stay in touch with her on Instagram. She knew about my last pregnancy, which she miscarried, and I pray to God that she gets to deliver the next baby, because this chick, man, she was so awesome, and so just amazing, and assuring that I was strong and that I was going to get through this. And I hang on to those words a lot. And when she offered to do like handprints and footprints and moldings and all this stuff, I was like, are you crazy? Like, absolutely not. I don't need all that. And she's like, let me just do it, and then if you don't like it, like, that's okay, but you could always look at it later. We'll put it in a box. You don't even have to look at it. The only thing that I would say, if you're watching this and you're going through this, and you know that this is going to happen to you, which I hope it never does, but if you know that this is happening, maybe you have a special case. I know of other people I've met through my Hope Mommies group that they knew that this was coming and they had time to make some decisions, whereas I just went into like flat out labor. Definitely do this, because I didn't know, and luckily this nurse did this for me. So they can take pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know about that. But I will say, and this is gonna sound very morbid, wait, oh God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this out loud. Wait till your baby goes cold. That is my only thing I didn't know when I let them take her to go get the fingerprints and the footprints and these photos and stuff. She was really warm when I held her, right? And when I got her back, I remember asking the nurse, like, did you have to chill her to maybe make her make some of the positions for her pictures? And she said, no, that just, is what happens over time. And that was something that I didn't know. I didn't think about it. I mean, who thinks about that? But I didn't like the fact that when she left my arms, she was warm. And when they brought her back, she was cold. But that being said, I still got to hold her. I got to keep her with me. In this box, they put like a little bear in here. I don't know if you can see. They put like a little bear, and then there's a group of ladies that, I know they do this all over the US, but they make these like little gowns for the photos. The funeral home that I went to, they were so awesome. They did extra fingerprints and handprints for me before her cremation. And I actually still run into these people. They're also a member of the Chamber of Commerce that I belong to. And I have to say, I wasn't the nicest person when I was at the funeral home. I was not in a good place, obviously. And I run into these people every once in a while, and they are just so kind to me, and they did such a good job with Lucy and handling her care. A little hat, little beanie thing to put on her that the older ladies, the senior citizens, crocheted. This was a big deal. I was not going to have them do this, but my awesome nurse Megan. This is a mold of her hand prints and footprints, and I think my mom is actually she's supposed to have this bronzed for me at some point. I'm not sure when. I have in here also like our little hospital tags for me and for Lucy, and they gave us, let's see if I can set this down. This was her measuring tape. So when they measured her, it shows she was almost 11.5 inches, which if you look back to the board, I have her at 11 inches just about a week before. So she was growing, and then she gained about 3 ounces. So that means she was just right on track. And then there's like a little candle. It's supposed to smell like, I don't know, like baby. But yeah, and then there's a couple pictures in here. Actually, I printed out some pictures. I won't show them all to you because, I know this video can be triggering for some. But this is probably one of my favorite pictures. This is my hand and my husband's hand. And yes, I am super white and pale. I'm white and pale anyway, but definitely in this picture, I was anemic and a lot of stuff going on in there at the time. And then this picture is my hand, and get the glare out of there. And then Lucy's little hand on there as well. So I try not to open this box as much because it smells like the hospital. It smells like Lucy. It just brings back memories, which I love. Like, I love being able to open this box and have it smell like her. So I try not to open this box too much. Yeah, so that's pretty much, have this little cross over here that came in one of my little funeral arrangements. And then I have other knickknacks too. I have several necklaces that I wear. Today I'm wearing, I've got one, and these were all given to me, if you can see. It's got like wings and then a heart. It says the heart strengthens, and then it has her engravings on the back. These were given to me. I also have a couple of necklaces where her footprints are engraved, but I kind of cheaped out and didn't buy like real gold. I bought like the plated gold, and actually need to go get some like real gold necklaces and have them engraved because they started to kind of like, when you buy cheap jewelry and it kind of turns green. So I need to redo those. But yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. I will also show you, so in some of these drawers, I don't have a lot of her stuff in here. There just wasn't a lot. I had a bunch of clothes donated, but if we didn't buy them specifically for Lucy, I didn't keep them. But it's got like one of those diaper bag jokes for dads, and of course our Astros buddies, bibs and onesies, her first little swimsuit for the pool with a little tutu, and some, my mother-in-law loves Mickey, so there's some in here, some Mickey Christmas clothes, and just some little onesies. And then in this one, all of my gymnastics moms from Coaching Gymnastics, they got me one of these 4D ultrasound things where you can see the inside, and we just never got that far. I haven't decided exactly what to do with that yet. A little Elmo, and then just some like books. And then also in this one, I have some information from the funeral stuff, and then a book called Bump for Joy, which I had started filling out. And then in this one, I have some books, and then I have more books in another area about infant loss and surviving infant loss and things like that. And all the other ones are kind of empty. So the only other thing that I have that I haven't shown, which because I really wanted to do another video on it, is an infant loss. I'm not infant loss, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm flipping the camera. It's a Hope box, and the Hope box was given to me, after, let's see, I guess like after I delivered. They came in, and I didn't open this box for like, actually like a month or so. I got back and I would start like journaling and like writing favorite poems or lines or things like that just from the internet, just to kind of keep me going. And then I finally opened up this Hope box and I realized, oh my gosh, there was this group, because I had a really hard time finding a group that dealt with what I was going through. I didn't want like a circle powwow, like an AA meeting where we sat around and like cried it out. I wanted something that kind of gave back and had purpose. And so anyways, I opened up this Hope box, and it's got all the information on their organization. They're Christian based. They had candles, like a bath bomb, and some workbooks and a journal and just some other stuff. And then I realized that they actually do a lot. They do balloon releases, they do Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Just they do so much. And the closest chapter was in Brenham, which is like 2.5 to 3 hours from me. And then this past summer they opened up a Houston branch, and so I went to my first meeting a few months ago, which I'll do another video on that because it's a long story too, but I'm just gonna say it's awesome. And so tomorrow I'm going to do to help volunteer and be a part of the balloon release for Infant Loss Awareness Day. And I don't know, it just kind of, it's called Hope Mommies, but it really does. It just gives me so much hope, and to hear other people's stories and know that you're not alone is really cool. So I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. If you've gone through this, or if you're going through this, you know, I hope that you understand that you can have a spot for your baby in your home. You can do things to remember and memorialize your child. And it's just really important. Do what you do, whatever you do to make you feel okay and to make you feel a little bit better, because this road definitely isn't easy, and you'll know what's right to do with how you feel. Not everybody wants to do this. Some people just want to have a box, or some people want to have an entire room. We never did we never got to we never got to a baby shower, so I don't have as much stuff as other people would, so I can't tell you what to do, but I know that this works for me. So I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and feel free to message me. I'm always open to chat with other mamas, and I just hope that you guys stay strong and have a good week, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye.